Hello everyone. In this video we'll do division, and today's division is 9 divided by 2 equals what? We will find out soon how we can solve it. If the division is written this way, we can always change it to a different way for our help. For example, like we will be dividing 9, right? We will be dividing 9 and we keep the 9 inside the cage. This is the first bar and the second bar, and I would rather prefer to call this as a cage. Okay, and we are dividing this 9 by 2. We got 2 from here because it's already given. So we are dividing 9 by 2. Here we need to know a little bit of times table, as we know that 2 times 1, we know it goes like 2 times 2 equals 4. 2. Why we are moving onward? Because 4 is still quite smaller than 9. That's why we are trying that how close we of 9 we can reach. Our target is number 9 is our target, and we are multiplying more and more here so that we can get very close to this number. So that's the idea, that we will be checking at how close we can go. 3, we know that it is 6, and if we try more here, 2 times 4 equals 8, which is still, this 8 is still smaller than this 9. We try one more. 2 times 5 equals 10. 10 is bigger. We cannot go with 2 times 5. Why? Because 10 is bigger than 9, larger number than 9. Our idea was to go smaller number. So we found here the smaller number. As we are not going with 10, we go to the previous one, which is 8. 8 is smaller than 9. So how we got 8? We multiplied 2 with 4. 2 times 4. Here we got 2 times 4 equals 8. So I make it a little bit clear. So as I said, 2 times 4, we got 8 here. So now is the time to do subtraction, deduction. This is the rule. Once we use the help of times table this way, we got 8, and now we need to subtract this 8 from this bigger number 9. And when we subtract this 8 from this 9, we get number 1. We get number 1, and we still have something remaining, which is this one. And we want to complete the math in full. Rather, I don't want to stay with saying this. We were multiplying 2 by 4, and then we have remaining 1. I would like to complete the whole math to see how far we can go to solve it. So we got here, let I make it a little bit clear. Anyway, this 1 left, and to make, we need a bigger number, of course. We cannot divide this 1 by this 2. We cannot do this. So to get a bigger number, we can borrow. How can we borrow? We need to put a decimal point here. This is called a decimal point. Decimal point. This is called a decimal point. This is a P here. So this decimal point can allow us to take a 0 on the right side of this one, which is like this. So this decimal point allowed us to take this 0. Now we got 10 here. The whole number is bigger than this 2 now. It's not, this one is not smaller anymore. Why? Because we put a decimal here. We borrowed a 0 here by putting this decimal. So that's the rule, that's the idea, and it's not too tough. In the beginning it may feel, but it is very simple. So we put a decimal point here, we got a 0 here, and now we need to check how many times this 10 can be divided by these 2. We need to check that one. Previously we have done until 2 times 5, if you remember still, because 2 times 4 equals 8, and then 2 times 5, we got actually 10 there. That's why times table is, memorizing times table is important. In this math, you are learning both division and times table at the same time. So you can extend it, you can memorize it, practice it as well. So we got a match here. What is a match? 10. Here we have 10. Here we have 10 as well. So we got a match here. So that means that when we multiply 2 times 5, of course this 5 should be put after this decimal point. This decimal point is part of the math. This is not outside, this is part of the math. So 2 times this 5 equals 10. And we have nothing left here other than 0. So the math is actually done. So how it is done, briefly explaining. First of all, our math was, we need to divide this 9 by this 2, and we tried multiplication, 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3. we got 2 times 1 equals 2, 2 times 2 equals 4, 2 times 3 equals 6, 2 times 4 equals 8. So 8 was still smaller than this number, which fits nicely. When we went to 2 times 5, it came bigger number, which is 10, and it does not fit with this 9 because it's bigger than 9. A larger number than 9, bigger number than 9, however you understand well. So then we used subtraction from 9 to 8, this 8. We got this 1. 1 was smaller than these 2. We cannot divide 1 by these 2 because this is smaller. We need some other number on this right hand side so that we can divide it by these 2. What happened then? Then we put this decimal point after this 4. This decimal point after this 4. So by putting this decimal point, we took a 0 here. So then we got a bigger number which can be divided by this base number 2. So then we started times table to count how we can get 10 by multiplying by 2. So earlier we have seen 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3 times table.